What's up, folks? Back with you again today, and today we're just going to do a quick review, 1 week in to NBA Collect, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hard to believe it has already been a week, but it has. So let's just dive in. First off, the great. All right, these are the things that are great. First, the giveaway promotion. Let's pull that up real quick. That's from the recent news. This has been a really cool touch here. 30 hobby boxes in 30 days, including the Topps 1952s of, what is this? 30 players, I guess, right? I have yet to hit anything, really. I got 500 diamonds, I think, one time. So far, I guess we're 6 or 7 days in. But hopefully, before we get through 30, I get one of these cards. They've been really hard to get, but they are numbered to, limited to 10 for each, 50 and 150 for the blue. So definitely difficult to get when you figure the player base has, looks like 14 to 20,000 already. But hopefully, fingers crossed, one of them comes in. But a really cool idea, great execution, really. No complaints on this front for me. It has been a really cool thing at 3 o'clock to look forward to every day to claim the card and see if you won something. Next is fewer NA cards, ones that don't show the global count. Amazingly, they actually put the global count on these the cards you get from the bonus pack at the end of the XP. That has been a really big frustration and bunt that these cards have NA on them all season long. But you can see here, this Gervin's got an NA, got a global count of 6, and so does the Lakers one, Jordan Clarkson 5. I know the Legendary also have CCs on them from that. I can't think, some sort of sand glitter, I think is what it is, from the sand glitter variety for that flagship set. So that's a huge addition. Another thing that's really great is the return of Topps Now Rares in the Bunt app. They just had Uncommon this year and then the Legendary. But I think everyone really loved collecting the rares at like 1 of 15 or 1 in 20, especially for the free-to-play collectors. Kind of shut them out where they could only get the Uncommons. But now Rare is back for what is Topps 2026. So that is a really cool addition. Another really cool addition, Premium. This is also in the great category. Premium packs in as the rewarding contests. I think it was the tip-off contest, right? Yeah, so I came in 5th. I got 10 packs, and they were all tip-off premium packs. In the past, my expectations were so low for these packs. I was just expecting, essentially 10 mystery packs, just total junk. But no, I pulled a couple iconics and got a bunch of super rares and stuff. They were 10 legit packs. And gosh, if they keep that up all season, putting actual premium packs, that's such a cool boost for the free-to-play players, especially who, don't usually spend the diamonds to get those premium packs. But if they finish in the top 25 in a contest, they can get them. So that's a huge addition. Would love to see that across all the apps. I hope it's not just for this tip-off contest set, but it's great that they've started it that well. Next is just the premium pass value. So I talked about this a little bit yesterday when talking about how to become certified. But the value in the premium pass is amazing. I was a little nervous because honestly, I noticed on one app that they took out the diamonds. I think it was maybe Disney. Don't quote me, but could have been Slam. But one of those apps, they took out the diamonds from the premium pass at level 1. And to me, this is what makes it worth it so much, is the fact that you get, 4,000 or 5,000 diamonds. It's just an incredible value. It's the one, sort of below market rate diamond package you can get in the app, and I love it. Every 50 days we're gonna get that. 4 to 5 thousand diamonds for just $10. So 100 levels to it, lots of coins, lots of cards and diamonds. So amazing value. That is again under the great column. Let's switch into the good now. Under the good is just lots of coins. There have been free coins readily available throughout the app. I haven't dipped much below 500,000 on my coin balance because there just always seems to be ways to get coins. And so part of that is contest, I guess, as well. I think I finished like fourth or fifth in a contest yesterday that got me 250,000. 300,000. Oh wait, no, here it is, 250,000 for finishing seventh. So I had dipped to, in that case, I dipped to like 270, but maybe 290, and then jumped back up to 540. So, lots of coins so far available throughout the app. App stability. I remember the early days of Bunt. It seems like every year, really, with Bunt. In the first week, you have some periods of closed due to maintenance. We really haven't had that much short of that very first day when it was launched in Singapore, or maybe it was the Philippines and Australia, New Zealand, and then shut down for 12 hours, it seemed. Otherwise, the apps ran perfectly. No real issues. Tiny glitches, like sometimes when I'm going to craft, the cards won't come in that I've chosen to craft, or sometimes when I toggle the which cards I need or cards they need in trading, it doesn't quite toggle, but nothing that shuts the app down. So that's been really great that the app's been stable all week. The sort of meh here. All right, now we're getting into some of the negative things. One is the VIP system. It's just not really rewarding enough to bigger spenders. In the end, we're going to end up with on these legendaries here. Right now, this Kevin Durant's at 10, but it's going to get, if Bunt is any indication, especially because keep in mind there's like 40-something days left because it doesn't end in November. It's going all the way through December for this VIP program. This is going to end up 75 to 150 CC, which makes it a generally worthless card, right? It's going to be maybe $5 or $10. It does, these cards, it does have a boost of 5x, so that's nice. So it can be used in contest. That might keep the value at around 10-ish. But yeah, overall, not a lot of value, especially when you consider it takes spending like 1,000, 1,500 to get there. There's a Luka in this set at the very end. That's really cool. Or not Luka, I'm sorry, Cooper Flag at the very end. Cooper Flag, legendary VIP rookie. Really cool, but the CC is going to be 50 to 100 probably. So kind of frustrating on that's really it in the VIP reward system. You do get some diamonds. I will say that has been nice. I think I just got recently I had gotten some diamonds. So yeah, there's some of that in there as well. But overall, I would love to see them do something. In Bunt a couple years ago, they gave out at the end of the reward path, so not necessarily the VIP path, but at the end of the reward path at that time, they had an exclusive set that could only be opened by people that had finished however many levels there were in the season pass. It would be cool if they did something like that for VIPs, like a VIP box set that only they could open. I think that would be a cool addition, and it would actually be something that is, targeting the biggest spenders in the app and rewarding them for spending. I hate that there was no day one or week one exclusive set for the early adopters. That's really frustrating. Like, such a missed opportunity. It would have been so cool to have like, just something that a limited edition set that you could only get when you were here for day one. What they could do retroactively, which is okay, but it's not as cool as like a a set solely for the early adopters, would be to get like an avatar, like anyone that logged in on November 19th or 20th to get like a day one NBA Collect avatar. That would be really neat. But yeah, otherwise, kind of a missed opportunity there. So far, there haven't been any awards or rewards in the contests. Like we have Best of Bunt in the Bunt contests, which is an unlimited swap contest, which we also haven't seen yet. That give out like legendary and iconic and stuff like that. Haven't seen that yet. I thought we'd see it. Today is Wednesday. I thought maybe on Monday we would see it with the new week, but that didn't happen. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's going to happen next Monday, or maybe they're not doing unlimited contests. I have a whole idea for contest video that I'd like to launch, but I would love to wait and see if they're going to actually do some unlimited contests. So hopefully those are coming soon. But yeah, no player rewards yet in those contests. Would love to see more of that. The bank shot sweepstakes. This is a little bit negative in just that it's been kind of difficult to complete. It's really clunky, and I don't really blame Topps except for their choice of, I guess this is Sweep Widget, which has, I've got check marks on all these, but I don't believe on the follow on Topps Digital X it even registered correctly. So hopefully I that does count for me, but it seems like every step was a little bit more difficult, and maybe not even that well thought out, like tag two friends on our giveaway Instagram post. I legitimately, I have an Instagram just to kind of like look at the Topps apps basically, but I don't have any friends on Instagram, so because I don't really have an account so much as just to look at Topps posts. So I had to tag two random people, but so I don't know. This was clunky. It has not gone well. Now the actual prize, a $43,000 card, is amazing. That goes into the great column. Like what an amazing prize for people. But just the sign up process, probably more the fault of this sweep widget than anything else, has been clunky. Another thing in the meh column is limited diamond bundles. I hate that they do this, and this is sort of across multiple apps here, but limiting the amount of purchases you can do on these diamond offerings that you get for VIP levels. Again, you're trying to reward the biggest spenders, and then you get here and you only get like 10 purchases of this VIP bundle, or 10 of this one. Super frustrating. Like just make these, as long as someone is a VIP level, they should be able to claim this bundle. That's how it was for years in Bunt, and now they've put these limits of 10. It's just this extra level, this extra layer of greedy that they didn't need to do, especially to the VIP guys. Like just make these unlimited. If people want to give you $100 more than 10 times, let them do that. Why do we have to be so greedy about it? Next up is there's no curated lists yet. A few people have mentioned that to me. Usually you see that here, award sets, and then I believe curated is over here on the side, and it is not there in this app. So I don't know if they're getting rid of curated list moving forward on all the apps, or if it just they chose not to do it for this app, or if it's something they're working on, but it's not there yet. Next is teal. Surprisingly, our Tier 6 teal has an expiration date of 320 days. So that's a little concerning for me. And then the green is for 98 days. So I mean, are we only going to have one tier 6 for the entire year? That's really weird. Usually, like in Bunt, teal would expire in like 45 or 50 days, and then a new color would come, and that would be there for 4, and it would be a higher boost from 2.2 to like 2.5. And that is, and they would do that for, 6 times during the year. 320 days says to me we're going to be pulling teals out of the mystery box for, the entirety of the 2026 season. That hopefully it's a mistake. Hopefully it's something that changes. But it is cool. It is useful to have, progressive boost with these teals changing out frequently. It looks like they are going to do that with green, but even that, I mean, it looks like there's only going to be 3 green lightnings this year if they're switching every 98 days. Gives everyone more time to complete the sets. The teals weren't that difficult to complete in the first place, but it is better for the green lightning, I suppose. We'll probably have more people complete that than usual. Now let's get into the ugly. All right, so this is the worst things that so far for the app, and this is basically a Topps wide issue, but it is that certification that we talked a little bit about yesterday, in that it's just so, I guess so poorly explained. There's just floods of questions in all of the different discussion boards about how people become certified, people begging for tokens, just a lot of confusion around how to become certified. I understand Topps is trying to solve a specific problem, and it was like a mass issue of bot accounts, of people, creating all these accounts to pull iconics and then sell iconics, and making it more difficult for people to create multiple accounts is a good thing. But I don't know that this is the solution. It's a little too convoluted. Everyone's so confused about what to do, that I don't know that it's really solving. It solves one issue, but it creates another issue. Next is, so they switched the rules of the Tier 6 contest shortly after it launched. So that was pretty frustrating for a lot of people. If you go to contest here, my contest, let's find that Tier 6, base Tier 6 orange. So this began, like when the set launched, this contest showed up, and it showed as 50 swap contests that only lasted a day. And so what that looked like to people was that you were going to be able to get 5K diamonds, potentially if you finished in the, whatever it was, top 10 or something, top 25, every day for some amount of time for this Tier 6 orange. So myself and several other people went pretty heavy on Tier 6 orange because we saw that we were going to potentially get these like daily diamond contest using just base Tier 6 orange. And then I guess it was maybe an hour in, they switched the contest to like a 4-day contest with 200 swaps. Super confusing that they did that, especially after the drop, after people had already spent money on diamonds and such, to then change the rules of the contest. A lot of people weren't happy about that. Next, and almost last, we have one more, is just, I touched on this when I think I did a translucent pack opening. The set construction for translucent. 15 cards. It's just too small of a set. Ideally, these sort of digital only sets go to 30 or 40. Now, the reality is Topps is trying to create they're trying to have something new every day, right? So, Translucent's going to have a Series 2 and probably a Series 3, or potentially a Series 3, but at least another series is coming. And they've split it up, which gives them content on 2 different days. So, that's great. But it does make the global counts higher, thus making the cards less valuable because it's spreading out the It's not able to spread out the global counts across 30 cards. Instead, it's over 15 two times. And even 30 is probably, honestly, too small. 40, 50, 60 cards is what, ideally, for one of these digital-only sets for is what we'd love to see. I understand the predicament they're in, that they need content for every day. I guess the compromise maybe is if they were to do 30 card sets and add a legendary tier. It's also frustrating to maybe spend diamonds and not have a shot at 11 at a legendary at all. But yeah, if you add a legendary tier or multiple legendary tiers, you put these up to 30 per tier, then you've got like a quality product that's worth spending on. 15 cards up to iconic. We're going to see, looking back, it's going to be one of the worst constructed sets of the year. And hopefully with these digital only sets, it's not a trend. And then the final thing that is just a constant, ugly for Topps is just the corporate communication. Like, we just have no idea what to expect and when. And it's not necessarily NBA Connect's fault. I think this is a Fanatics issue more than even a Topps issue. Ever since Fanatics took over, the communication has been pretty terrible. Topps, they did on Bunt a couple years ago have this great weekly newsletter that went out that told everyone what was coming for the week. That was incredibly useful. I would love to see them return to something like that. All of these games like Madden and MLB The Show, they give you a pretty good map of what's to come in the next couple of weeks. But Bunt, you just have an NBA Collect. We just have no idea until the day of. So it's pretty frustrating on that front. Would love to see them just make more of an effort, sort of with communicating with customers, in any sort of way. Any step forward is progress, of course. So that again is plaguing NBA Connect, and we saw it in NBA Collect, and we saw that with the delay, the one little bit of app instability that we had on the first night, when the app was down and there was no explanation of when it might be back up or what was happening, or just anything from Topps that kind of explained. So we're all left to to guess, and that's just not what you want as a community of people throwing out crazy conspiracy theories. Okay, that's it. Overall, I think it's been a great week. I know I had lots of mez and uglies on there, but that's just really picking it apart. Overall, these apps are extremely difficult to maintain and to run, and I think it's been a fantastic week. I'm definitely looking forward to the next week. We have so much coming up, right? We have Thanksgiving coming up, which means usually on these apps there's some sort of Thanksgiving related set, some holiday set, like a turkey red and bunt and things like that. So I bet there's something for NBA Collect coming. We've got the big flagship box set coming on Friday. I think Top 100 has got to be coming soon, either this week or next. And usually with that is some sort of event. The last 2 days have been kind of quiet. So I expect maybe today and Thursday to be pretty big. So first week in the books, I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10, and can't wait to see what is coming on the horizon. All right, what do you all think? Make sure to leave comments, questions below. Would love to know what you think's missing from this first week. Don't forget to subscribe, and like, and all that good stuff. Thanks, and have a great Thanksgiving, and talk to you all very soon.